All right, now it is pour day. So we got Juan and Marcos here. You guys have probably seen them in our past videos. And they brought two other finishers with them. So we got four finishers here total. And we got my friend Lolo on the pump today. And we got 10 yards here at 3,500 PSI.
No digas eso, Marquitos. No digas eso.
We actually got real lucky on this job because I ordered 10 yards and we just barely made it. We squeezed everything out of the hose at the end, and yeah, we made it perfectly without having to mix any concrete by hand or ordering a short load. So I love when that happens. It worked out perfectly. As we go down the side yard here, we're rodding the concrete in a circular motion around each drain pop-up, and that just ensures that the water is going to slope into those drains along this house here. And then we got Marcos here on the funny float on the pole attachment. He's kind of just laying it down after the rod hits it. Later we'll come back and bull float it.
Ready? Okay. Okay, that's good. I got the other one.
So that right there is the skimmer lid and the autofill lid. And basically you just fill them up with some concrete and you give them the same finish you're giving your pool deck so it matches. In this case it's just a simple broom finish, so we'll trowel it out and at the end of the day we'll broom it and then pop the lids back in. Now that we've gotten all of the concrete laid down, it's kind of just a waiting game from here. So we'll go ahead and hit all the edges with the hand edger and walking edger, and then maybe do a little bit of sponge work and clean up. And then when the concrete's ready, we'll go ahead and hit it with the bowl float and follow that up with the Fresno. And then we can start cutting in our joints and laying it down on the knee boards. Here's a good technique for you if you're ever laying down any edges or anything. You want to go ahead and clean your edge, of course, and as you can see, it's as clean as it could be right there. Then you just want to go ahead and open up that edge with a steel trowel, margin trowel, anything you got on your belt, and then you go ahead and follow that up with your walking edger or your hand edger, whatever you have. Now that all of our edges are laid down, we're going to go ahead and hit all the concrete with a 4-foot bull float. We got Juan on that today, and that's just going to knock out any high or low spots in the concrete, and it's going to pull up some cream for us here. And then we're going to follow that up with a 4-foot Fresno. As you can see, that's on the yellow pole there. And once we hit all of this, we can go ahead and start cutting in our joints. So there's the joint cutter there. We got Marcos on that. And basically what that does is it just cuts the concrete an inch down. And in order to have an effective crack control joint, you need to be at least 25% of the depth of the concrete. So in this case, we have a 4-inch slab, and we need to cut that joint at least 1 inch down to be an effective crack control joint. And that's exactly what we got with this joint cutter. After we cut all these joints in, we're going to go ahead and follow it up with the walking joiner, and that just smooths the joint out, and it makes it look real nice. You'll see us run that here in a second. There's some nice shots of the Fresno in action for you. But here we go. So we got a couple guys on the sliders going down the side of this house here. And we got a couple guys hitting the edges. And that just makes it a lot easier for the guy on the sliders if they don't have to also hit the edge. So we got one guy there. And then as we go down this, we're just trialing it out, making sure elevations are correct, and making sure we got good slope to those drains. Here's the drain right here, actually. As you can see, it's covered in concrete, a little hard to see, but that's why we put tape on all of the drains before we pour. So the finishers will pop these out on the first pass, kind of do a little bit of cleanup around the autofill right here in the skimmer. And then we just peel that tape off of the drains, and it's basically as good as new. And, we'll hit it with a little more cleanup action. But, here we go. We got Marcos on this side on the sliders, trialing this whole section out. And after we pass this on the sliders, it's only going to take one more pass on the sliders after this to get it real nice. And then we'll go ahead and broom it. This is the last pass here on the sliders, and as you can see, as the guys are going down sliding it out, we got Marcos on the broom. Unfortunately, it's not going to be the 50% horsehair, 50% nylon specialty today, but nonetheless, it is a beautiful broom finish. As you can see there, it's just glistening in the sun, looking real good. And we're going to come down this side of the house and broom it. As you can see, we actually poured starting on this side, but because the other side of the house was getting sun all day, we broomed that side first and then came down this side and broomed this section. And there it is. That is the final product. So the concrete came out really nice. It was a really good load, and I couldn't be more happy with this concrete. I came back about a month or two later just to kind of check out this job to see how it was doing, and the concrete was holding up perfectly. There wasn't a single crack in it, no hairline cracks, nothing. So really, really good concrete here. There's that autofill skimmer lid. But yeah, the job came out really good. I was really happy with this one considering it was my first big job. And yeah, in the next part, you'll see me build a little block wall to cover up that pool equipment on this side of the house right there where that broom is. And other than that, that basically wraps up this whole job. The customer was very happy with it, and I think everybody else was too. So let me know what you guys thought about it in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every one of you, and have a good rest of your guys' day or week. And I'll be talking to you later. Bye.